Imagine scrolling through Instagram late at night, half asleep, when suddenly something pops up that makes you sit straight in your bed. There's Justin Bieber, yes, that Justin posting a series of photos. Among them are two selfies where he looks completely raw and vulnerable. His eyes were red and tears were running down his face. No filters, no edits, no stage setup, just him, open and unguarded. For someone who usually keeps his personal struggles tightly private, this was startling. Within moments, the internet erupted. Fans flooded the comments with messages of concern. "Are you okay, Justin? Why are you crying? What happened?" For a fan base that has watched every peak and valley of his life for over 10 years. Seeing him like this felt like breaking through a wall he had built to protect himself. Then came Hailey Bieber's response. There wasn't a long explanation, no dramatic post, not even a hint of overthinking, just 4 words. A pretty crier. That was all? Yet somehow those words shifted everything. The panic in the comments didn't disappear completely, but the tone changed. Her words made it playful, tender even, showing that she sees her husband's vulnerability not as weakness, but as something beautiful. It was lighthearted but also deliberate. The internet noticed. Within hours, news outlets were covering it. Headlines appeared everywhere. Hindustan Times wrote about how Hailey calmed concern with a lighthearted remark, while Yahoo highlighted how she reframed the moment, shifting the focus from Justin's tears to her affectionate perspective. Entertainment reporters dissected every nuance, analyzing those 4 words as if they carried the weight of their whole relationship. They kind of did. For Hailey, who has built a public image around fashion, lifestyle, and a polished but relatable persona, moments like these can have a big impact. In industries like fashion and beauty, authenticity is incredibly valuable. When people constantly criticize you for being too staged or disconnected, showing that you can navigate sensitive situations with charm and calmness strengthens your public image. Her response wasn't just about being Justin's wife. It also reinforced her brand as someone graceful, witty, and in control of how she is seen. By addressing a potentially tense moment so effortlessly, she reminded everyone that she can steer attention in her favor while keeping things natural. Of course, not everyone interpreted it the same way. Reddit threads exploded with debates. Some felt the comment was dismissive, even cold. She doesn't care about him. One user argued she enjoys seeing him upset. Others said it wasn't the right moment for humor or light teasing, considering how emotional Justin appeared. The Sun and other outlets amplified these criticisms, feeding the narrative that Hailey can be distant or unsympathetic. In today's media climate, public perception can matter just as much as intent. Even so, the impact of her words was clear. Without them, the moment could have spiraled into weeks of endless speculation. Was Justin okay? Was their marriage struggling? Did something happen behind the scenes? Instead, Hailey redirected the conversation, bringing it back to love, intimacy, and care rather than crisis. This is the kind of subtle, strategic influence celebrities often pay teams of publicists to create. But in this case, it came directly from her. Fans rallied behind Justin. Many posted messages of support, reminding him that it's okay to cry, thanking him for being honest, and flooding his comments with heart emojis. Others focused on his later photos where he smiled, relieved that he looked more at ease. Twitter, or X, buzzed with hashtags like "You're loved," and "Pretty Crier" quickly became a badge of fan solidarity. People even created fan art and memes, turning a deeply personal moment into a cultural conversation. As expected, theories ran wild. Some believed the tears were connected to Justin's ongoing health struggles, from Lyme disease to the mental health issues he has publicly shared. Others guessed it was the weight of fame catching up with him. A different group focused on a small detail in one photo, suggesting it might hint at marijuana use. And then came the usual speculations about marital tension, since Hailey's father, Stephen Baldwin, once shared a prayer request online. And Hailey herself posted cryptic messages on TikTok. Fans have long wondered if something was off between them. Naturally, these theories merged with the image of Justin crying, creating a flood of interpretations. Despite all the guessing, Hailey's 4 words remained central. No matter how extreme the theories became, people kept returning to her comment, discussing what it said about her, him, and their relationship. Its understated nature gave it a lasting impact by keeping her response short, warm, and memorable. She didn't just comment on a single post. She shaped the way the moment would be remembered. It became a defining instance of how vulnerability and love can coexist in the public eye, showing that even a global superstar can have tender human moments and that a carefully chosen response can transform a potentially chaotic situation into a story about connection rather than crisis. Now, pause for a moment and think about how this could have gone completely differently. If Hailey had stayed quiet, headlines would have shouted, "Why isn't she saying anything?" On the other hand, if she had posted a long emotional explanation, people might have accused her of overdoing it or hiding something. Instead, she found a perfect balance with just a few playful words, present, supportive, and affectionate without being overwhelming. That kind of instinct can't be taught. It shows someone who understands exactly how to handle public attention, even in deeply personal situations. Justin has always been complicated in the public eye. From his teenage rise to fame to the scandals, breakdowns, and redemption stories, every part of his life has been scrutinized. Seeing him break down so openly was shocking because he has spent years guarding his private moments. But some fans started wondering if there was more to it. Was he intentionally sharing this vulnerability? A way of saying, "I'm human, I cry, and I'm not afraid to show it." If that's the case, then Hailey's comment, "Pretty crier," becomes even more meaningful. She didn't respond with pity or defensiveness. Instead, she lifted him up, turning sadness into something beautiful. That simple move reveals how they operate as a couple. They don't let outside narratives control them. They shape the story themselves. Naturally, reactions were divided. One group of fans praised Hailey as the steady force in Justin's life, the calm during his storms, and the one who keeps him grounded when the world gets overwhelming. Another group saw her as detached, maybe even teasing, and too cool to truly care. This split highlights a larger pattern in how she is perceived. Some admire her poise and charm, while others criticize her for being distant. Every tiny action is dissected and used as proof for one side or the other. The timing also added layers to the narrative. Not long ago, Hailey faced waves of rumors about trouble in their marriage, especially after her father, Stephen Baldwin, posted a cryptic prayer request. That alone sparked speculation that their relationship was struggling. Hailey responded subtly on TikTok, telling people not to believe everything online. Justin's tearful selfies could have reignited the debate as fans connected them too. Baldwin's post and Hailey's earlier comments, creating a puzzle that may not even exist. Even if there's no actual drama, the perception itself fuels endless discussion. This is where Hailey's comment becomes brilliant. Instead of adding fuel to rumors, it shifts the story entirely. Her words inject warmth, intimacy, and a touch of flirtation, subtly saying, "Yes, my husband shows emotion. Yes, he cries, and I find him beautiful for it." In a world where celebrity couples are constantly judged, that casual reassurance speaks louder than any explanation could. She didn't lecture, over-explain, or beg for privacy. She reminded everyone that their relationship isn't a performance. It's real, and the impact reaches beyond just their marriage. Mental health advocates applauded Justin for challenging stereotypes, proving that even a global superstar can be vulnerable. In a culture where men are often told to hide their feelings, this moment gave millions of fans, especially young men, permission to express emotion without shame. Of course, critics debated whether the post was entirely genuine or part of the careful blending of private life and public image that celebrities often navigate. That debate alone has kept the story alive long after the photos appeared. For Hailey, those 4 small words, "Pretty crier," have become iconic. To some, they are a sweet, humorous affirmation, reinforcing her approachable yet polished public persona. It also strengthens Road Beauty's appeal, showing that she can be relatable while maintaining her elegance. Others, however, viewed the comment as cold or dismissive, reminding fans that perception is never uniform. Already, the phrase has become a cultural reference, appearing in TikTok edits, memes, and even inspiring early ideas for merchandise. In the end, Justin's tears and Hailey's short, clever reply turned into something much bigger than anyone expected. It's a story about love, emotional honesty, and how social media amplifies every detail of a celebrity's life. A single moment handled with care created waves across the internet, showing the power of timing, tone, and perspective in shaping public perception. If you enjoyed this breakdown and want to see more stories like this, don't forget to hit the like button. Leave a comment with your thoughts and subscribe to the channel.